hosts a open mic every Wednesday night at the Hunt Club. If you guys want to try comedy, go check it out. Everybody put your hands together for one of my best friends in Tulsa, Zach Amon.
Cain's Ballroom. Give it up for all the comics you saw this evening. We appreciate them and everyone doing it. There's a bench here that I've been standing all night. I've been so nervous about this show, and now I can relax on this bench. No, I'm kidding. I won't sit the whole show. This is a stand-up show. That's what we do. We stand up here, and I believe we should hunt the homeless. Hear me out. Nobody else is offering good, practical solutions. I am proposing we hunt the homeless. Here's why. Nothing will make you change your life faster than knowing you are being hunted. Alright? Like, nothing will make you go, I should turn it around. You know? And then what's going to happen is we're going to push all the homeless into the country where they'll really be in danger. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, Zach, that's so stupid. That's so rude. What if you become homeless? That's why I've started training. I've started learning how to survive and make things out of leaves. And so that I can survive when I become homeless and end up being hunted. I don't see anybody else offering up a good solution. Housing them? Get fucked. Get out of here. You want them in your home? No thank you. I don't even want my brother in my home. Like, no way. It's good to be here though. I'm glad you guys stuck around for the diversity portion of the show. I'm really glad you hung out for that. You know, we had all these white dudes, and then we had a woman, a black guy, and an Asian. So this is we're at the cool part of the show. I am, yes. I'm actually German, Italian, and Japanese. That's right. Yeah, I'm the Axis powers of World War II combined into this body you see today. That is true. But I grew up in a small town called Cushing, Oklahoma, which isn't too far from here, and all that translated to was, hey, Asian kid! Like, I got picked on all the time. Kids would come up to me and be like, hey, Zach, how's Hiroshima? Oh, it's gone! They'd run off. I'm like, whatever, I'm tough. I can stand up for myself. I'd look these fuckers right in the eyes and goes, hey, guys, how's Pearl Harbor? Oh, it's gone! I got the shit kicked out of me for that show. But you gotta stand up for yourself. You gotta be tough. You know, girls would come up to me and be like, hey, Zach, teach us Kung Fu, then do our nails. I'm like, that's not cool. I can't do Kung Fu. Sweep kicks, no. Acrylics, yes. Absolutely. But the thing that bothered me, the thing that I hated, was that they'd always say I had squinty eyes. They would always come up to me and be like, hey, Zach, open your eyes when you talk to me. Hey. Some of my friends that said that are here tonight. But they would do that, and I, you know, like I said, I was tough. I could go back and it would be like, hey, Kyle, you gonna shoot up a school today? I got beat up for that, but never shot. Kyle liked the joke. Thankfully. He was like, that was a good one. I said, thanks, Kyle. Then I walked out the door. It's fun to be here. I was super nervous about the show. I really was. I was like, no one's going to show up. And then I was like, either everyone's going to show up and hate us. I don't know. We'll see. But it seemed to be good. You guys are great. And my boss is here tonight. Wow. My boss of my job is here tonight. So please let me have a job Monday after this one. So my job is boring. Like, I have a very boring job. Like, I'm a bank teller, but I like to tell people I work in finance, you know? Everybody's like, what do you do? I'm like, I work in finance. But really, I'm just a teller. So all that means is I'm doing a lot of cocaine in the bathroom during the workday. And I just want to make clear to my boss, I'm not actually doing cocaine at work. I wait till I get home like an adult. On it right now, everybody. Let's have a good time. No, I'm kidding. Kidding. Okay. But I have a boring job. It's fun. It's fun. When I started working at a bank, my grandmother got very excited. My grandma's Japanese, and my grandmother's like whole thing throughout my entire life was teaching how to be like financially independent. Like, that's her whole thing that she's wanted to teach me. Like every year for my birthday or for Christmas, I'd get a card with some money in it and then a novel about how I should invest this money, what I should do with this money to prepare for my future. And I'm like, Grandma, I'm 9. I don't know who Roth Ira is. I thought that was a singer. I had no idea. Like I thought a 401k was a television. I don't know what any of this is. But in my older age, I started to kind of pay it back to her, you know? Every year for her birthday or for Christmas, I get her a card with a nursing home pamphlet on the inside. And I'm like, you gotta start preparing for your future, Grandma. Because I didn't heed your financial advice. Cocaine's expensive. Kidding! Okay. My boss is right there. Good to see that speaker. But like I said, the job is boring. I have a boring job, but every once in a while something cool will happen. There's some cool moments. Like the other day this guy came in to cash a check. No big deal. I'm doing the thing, he's on his phone. All of a sudden porn starts playing on his phone. Like loud. Like full volume pornography. And he freaked out. He was like, oh shit! And he shut it off and he looked at me. And he was like, memes, right? I'm like, just like, yeah, dude, memes. Like, we all knew it was porn. I knew the exact video he was watching. It's the one where the stepmom gets stuck in the stairs. I recommend it. It's good. Sound quality's good, lighting's good. I had a hard time believing she was a stepmom, but it's Hollywood. What are you gonna do? I did that joke in front of my stepmom, and now the tension between us is weird. Very strange. Every time I go home, I'm like, stay away from the sink, the steps, the washing machine. Because according to the internet, I can't control myself, so I gotta be careful here. But it's fun working at a bank. It's cool working at a bank. You meet a lot of interesting people. There's a lot of pretty ladies that come to my bank. We have a lot of pretty ladies that bank at my bank, and there's some of them right there. And you know, I like to schmooze. I like to charm. You know, when they come in, I'm like, hey, I love your nails. They look good this week. And she's like, oh, thank you so much. That's so great. My husband likes them too. And I'm like, husband, here's your receipt, bitch. I don't got time for your bullshit. And then I meet their husbands, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you obviously got pregnant in high school. Like you're just stuck now, aren't you? Like, these beautiful angelic women made by like Michelangelo himself are married to a guy who looks like a melted bag of cheese. You're like, what is... Like, he looks like a UFC fighter who just lost. You're like, what is happening? What are you doing? We have dog treats. People bring their dogs to the bank, and that's a lot of fun. We have little dog treats for them. And it's a lot of fun for me to look these people dead in the eye and go, hey, does your dog want a bone? That's just another level of entertainment I can't even describe. Because they look at me. They give me a look, and they're like, does he mean the... Or does he... And I'm like, I want to fuck your dachshund, man. Bring him in. He can fit. He can fit. It's a drawer. Put him through the tube. He'll go right through. Put him through. Let it happen. I'm kidding. I'm a French bulldog guy, right? Yeah? What's up? What's up? That's disgusting. That's gross, and you all laughed at that. I deal with a lot of older people at my job, and there was a lady the other day that came in, and she saw that I had a tattoo right here, and she saw my tattoo, and she kind of took a moment and was like, oh. And I was like, I'm sorry, ma'am, does my tattoo offend you? And she's like, yeah, I just don't like tattoos. I was like, all right, that's fine. Everybody has their opinions, you know, no big deal. And she's like, yeah, my best friend had a tattoo in the Holocaust. And I was like, yeah, so did everybody else. Have a good day, man. Have a good one. I'll see you later. Stupid. What a rude bitch. Like, I can't believe she'd say that to me. It's like, look, I know you were a kid when it happened, but relax. I was just like, it's so rude. Like, I have a friend that's, he's really into antiquing, and the other day he called me, and he's like, dude, guess what I'm calling you on? And I was like, what? And he's like, I'm calling you on a rotary phone. And I was like, awesome. And he's like, yeah, check this out. Click, and he hung up, and it was loud, and I was offended. And so I went and bought a musket and shot him. Isn't that cool that you can just do that on a Tuesday in America? That's just... I walked into a shop, I was like, I need a musket to shoot a buddy who hung up with me on with a rotary phone. And the guy was like, I got exactly what you need, hold on. Trained me for 2 hours on how to load it, and just, I knocked on my buddy's door, I was like, I only have one shot, and I just... Like Eminem, I did not miss it. I'm taking this one shot. I get in trouble for jokes. Like, I actually got in trouble one time for that joke about the lady and the tattoo and this. I remember I was doing a show at a venue and this guy was like, you can't make jokes about Anne Frank, man. No jokes about Anne Frank. And I was like, why? Is she gonna show up? Like, come on, bro. Like, what's gonna happen? You're gonna die and you're gonna go to heaven? And you're gonna run into Anne Frank? And she's gonna go, hey, you remember that time you stood up for me to all those comics at that shitty bar in Tulsa? Up top, bro. It's the worst thing that's ever happened to this little Jewish girl. That guy can get fucked. I noticed we measure things weird in this country. I was hanging out with a friend the other day and he just got a new car and he was like, dude, check out this car. Look at all this trunk space in here. You can fit like 6 bodies in this trunk space. And I was like, that's a very weird way to measure trunk space. I was like, if you just had 2 bodies in a duffel bag with a head, I'd have believed you, but 6? It's a Prius, bro. You're gonna have to lay the seats down. I'm like, no way. No way. But I've started to notice this more. I was at an amusement park the other day and I was waiting in line for a roller coaster and they have all these facts about the roller coaster, and on one of the facts, they were like, this roller coaster is as tall as 3 Statues of Liberty. And I was like, oh wow, that's really interesting. How tall is the Statue of Liberty? They're like, about 13 buses. I'm like, what the fuck are these measurements? This makes no sense. But I kind of started applying it to my life recently. I'm single, and I've been talking to some ladies, and this one lady was like, hey Zach, how big are you down there? And I said, about 9 Tic Tacs. Would it help if they're orange? I don't know. Thank God it's not multicolored. I want to start working out. I want to work out. I want to start working out. And I really want to work out not to be in like amazing shape or like whatever. I just want to be like an efficient human. Like that's all I want to be, is just an efficient human being. Like if I went to a buddy's house and he was like, hey, I need to move my couch. Can you help me? I'm like, absolutely, I'll move that couch. But if I went to a friend's house tomorrow and he was like, hey, can you help me move this couch? I'm like, you better call an ambulance. Like have one ready on standby. Because I'm gonna go down, dude. Like, I just want to be able to walk up like 6 steps without feeling like I ran a marathon, you know? Know what I mean? Like, I just want to be able to tie my shoes without having to stand up and being like... I am winded. Like, I'm wearing Velcro right now. That's how bad it is. For those who don't believe me, in the back... Very real. Very real. I want to tell you guys this story. This is a crazy thing to happen. I did a show a couple weeks ago with David in McAlester, Oklahoma. You guys heard of it, McAlester? Yeah, boo! We did this show in McAlester, Oklahoma, and afterwards we went to this bar called the Okie. And at the Okie, there was like a dance floor, and it was like everybody swing dances or line dances, whatever, I don't know. And David is like, that was like his shit back in Portland. He was like, dude, I can line dance with the best of them. I'm like, do your thing, bro. I'm gonna stand over here. Like, I don't give a fuck what you're gonna do. So he goes out and he does some line dance. He's kicking it, whatever they do. And, for me, on the line dances, so as he's out there on the dance floor, he ends up like, this lady kind of ends up dancing next to him, and she comes back and she's talking to us, and we're talking, and she's like, I want to let you guys know something. Me and my boyfriend are hog hunters. And we were like, okay, that's interesting. Like, what do you, like wild hogs? You like to hunt wild hogs? She's like, no, that means I'm gonna blow you in my boyfriend's truck. And we were like, what? And David is married, so David's like, well, I'm gonna pass, and me...
That's not what he said.
It's what he said, his wife's right there. Whitney, it's what he said. I would never lie to her. I'll lie to David all day, I won't lie to Whitney. So he's like, I'm married, but Zach, and I was like, so in my head I was like, all right, well, hold on. There's a 50-50 chance that I'm gonna go outside with this lady and I'm either gonna get head or I'm gonna lose my head. And I don't know about you guys, but I like my life more than I like a blowjob. So I decided to pass. I was like, thank you, no thank you. And there was a guy that actually came with us after the show, hanging out at the bar, and he was like, well, I'll go. And they left. And while they were gone, David and I, we decided, we were like, hey, it would be a funny, like, little joke, inside joke, pickup line, like if we were hitting on girls, we'd be like, hey, does your boyfriend have a truck? You know? We're just having fun. And then 5 minutes later, that guy and the girl come back. He looks at us, smiles, winks, thumbs up, gets a Michelob Ultra, and the girl kisses her boyfriend, and they leave. And that was it. They just left. That was the end of that. We were just like these two hog hunters came into our lives and were gone just like that. Like, it was insane. Later that night, we ended up going to the hotel that we were staying at, and we were, when we walked in, there was nobody at the desk. There was nobody at the front desk, and David was like, hello, is anyone there? We want to check in, hello. And the lady comes out. There's a lady, she comes out. She goes, oh, hey, how are you guys doing? You know, and we're like, oh, we're good. We're with this company. We're checking into the room. And she's like, oh, okay, that's great. She's like, so you're in room 205. What you're going to do is you're going to... And she gagged on us. And we kind of looked at each other and like, what the hell? Like, that was weird, okay. And she's like, anyway, you're in room 205. What you're going to want to do is go around this corner, and that's where you're going to find the elevator. And she gagged again. And we were like, is this bitch gonna throw up on us? Like, what is going on in McAllister, Oklahoma? And she's like, anyway, sorry about that, excuse me. She's like, breakfast is 9 to 11 in the morning. And I just looked this lady dead in the eye, and I was like, yo, does your boyfriend have a truck? Like, let's go outside. You guys ever see someone climbing a building for a cause, and you're just like, oh, slip. Slip. Every time I see somebody climbing a building for a cause, they always say the same thing. Oh, it's for awareness. And it's like, trust me, dude, we're all aware of abortion, but we're more aware of the fact that we can witness a death at any point. And that is way more exciting. That is way more fun. I firmly believe that if someone starts to climb a building for a cause, what should happen is that all the firemen, EMTs, whoever have to go up there and be the emergency people to grab him, they have to take the stairs, right? And if they get to the top of the building before the climber does, they get to throw shit down at him. Can you imagine a bunch of firemen going upstairs? They're like, where's Jim? Oh, he's in the back with 12 bowling balls, but he's gonna pull through. He wants to drop this fucking guy. He does not care for abortions at all. You know, and you're just like, firefighters. You're so happy for them. I just want these guys to climb these buildings, get to the very top, they put their hand at the very edge, so like, I've done it. And then a bird flies up their ass and they just fall to their death. That'd be so great. I'm like, that's what that cause needs. What'd be the worst cause to fall for, you think? You know, gun rights, oh. Fall to your death. A bullet can't stop that one. Sometimes you think about things as a comedian, and the other day I was thinking about why terrorists don't attack cruise ships. Because in my head it makes perfect sense. You're going out on a big ship with 5,000 people in the middle of the ocean. Easy peasy job, right? But then I thought about it, because I've been on 2 cruises in my life, and here's why terrorists wouldn't attack a cruise ship. Because the minute you step onto a cruise ship, you're immediately brainwashed into having the best time of your life. Like from the start. They go, washy washy, and you're like, absolutely. And you do that. It's very racist cruises sometimes. But just imagine that, a terrorist, he's like, I'm gonna blow up this cruise ship. He gets on the ship and he's like, oh God, all these people are really fucking nice. Like, I don't like this at all. He goes to his room, he's got an ocean view. He's like, oh my God, this is the most beautiful sight I've ever seen in my life. He sets the bag down. Inside the bag is his bomb. He's looking at it. He's like, tomorrow night, I am setting this bomb off on this cruise ship, right? But he's like, but I got a whole day. I got a whole day. I might as well go kill time, right? So he goes and he explores the cruise ship and he starts discovering karaoke nights and conga lines. He finds floral shirts and flip-flops. He's like, oh my God, everybody here's so nice. He discovers a buffet with the best food that he's ever had, because, you know, and... well, that's some of you were on board. He's like, oh my God, I've never had cantaloupe before. This is amazing. And he just starts fucking pounding cantaloupe and like, he's just having the best time. And then it comes to the next day and he's like, tonight's the night, I gotta blow up this ship, you know? But he goes to like the games day at the top of the deck and hits golf balls into the ocean all day. He joins a conga line and it's just like, holy shit, these people are awesome. I can't believe what's going on, you know? This is so much fun. And he goes and buys more Hawaiian shirts and an Invicta watch, because that's what they have there. And he's like, I got candy, I've got everything. And at the end of the night, he's standing there and he's like, you know, there is a big dance party tonight on the dance club of the ship. I have this bomb that I have to detonate tonight at midnight, but I'm not gonna do it. And he takes the bomb and he takes it to the deck and he throws it over the ship because he's had a change of heart. And he's like, I'm going to that fucking dance club and I'm dancing in my life away. Doing it. And he does, and he spends the rest of the cruise having a wonderful time. He changes his entire life. He finds Jesus. And he goes, and he's like, I've done it. And they land the cruise and he gets off and then he's immediately shot in the head by a sniper because this is America and we don't put up with that bullshit. Get the fuck off our cruise ships. Alright. Before I get out of here, I want to talk about this. Kanye West was mentioned earlier. Kanye, I voted for him. I voted for Kanye. You know, hey, it was a fun time. Who knew what was going to happen? Why not? We're going to play the cards. But Kanye's been saying some uncool things about the Jewish people. You heard of them, right? The Jewish people. And there's always something when like the Jewish people start getting called out. I hear this a lot. That like Jewish people run the world. They're like, the Jews run the world, you know? And I've never had any evidence to disprove that. There's never been, nobody's ever stepped forward and been like, actually guys, it's us. And it's like, shut up, no it's not. But in my opinion, like, what is a better group to run the world than the Jews? Like, that's a good group to run the world, in my opinion. Like, who else would you want to run the world? Girls? No, thank you. That's the misogyny for the evening. I just wanted to get that out. But no, it got me, you know, my friends and I the other day, we were talking about Hitler, and we were talking about, like, we're talking about Hitler, you know? Wait. Hitler, you know, that guy? You heard of him, right? My friends and I, we were talking about Hitler, and they were like, if you could go back in time, would you kill baby Hitler? And all my friends were like, absolutely. And I'm like, no you wouldn't, you're pro-life. Like, you ain't killing nothing. You gonna wait till he goes to school first? All right. I thought about it a little bit more, and I was like, you know, if I went back in time and met Hitler, like, I would want to meet Hitler during, like, his formative years, when he's starting to kind of develop who he is, you know? Like, Hitler was an artist, like, he painted pictures. I would encourage Hitler to keep painting photos. I'd be like, keep painting pictures, dude. I have an aunt who owns a hotel. We'll put that shit up in the hotels. It's perfect hotel art. Like, you're gonna keep that going, you know? Like, you're gonna do that. You're gonna be an artist. Like, I would keep him away from, like, the news. I'd be like, don't pay attention to that shit. It's fake. Don't listen to that. You don't want to listen to that. I'd take him out to clubs, to movies. I'd introduce him to women. You know, I could be Hitler's wingman, you know? That'd be kind of cool. I'd take Hitler to bars. I'm like, this is my buddy Hitler. He's a painter. And they're like, oh my God, I've seen your art at the hotel I stayed at, you know? And we all hit it off. And then I could introduce Hitler to his wife. That'd be crazy. I introduced Hitler to his wife. He's so happy. He's like, I'm going to make you my best man. And I'm like, absolutely, Hitler, double high five. Like, that's awesome. I get to be Hitler's best man. This is great. You know? And then I go to his wedding, and it's beautiful, and it's immaculate. It's all well done, and everything's paid for. And then he goes off on his honeymoon with his wife. And I'm just kind of sitting there, kind of missing my buddy Hitler. I'm like, man, I hope he's having a good time out there in Greece. Like, having a... You know, what am I going to do? And a week goes by and he comes back and he comes in and I'm like, Hitler, it's so good to see you. You have no idea what I've been up to. I have to tell you so much. So much has gone on in this week that you've been gone. Did you have a good honeymoon? Tell me about it. Like, he tells me about it. We have a great time. And finally one day I'm like, Hitler, you know what? I got to come clean with you, bro. I got to come clean with you. I am from the future. I'm from the future. I am from a future where you committed a horrendous act. And I want to take you back to this future. And I want to, show you this world that, I came from. So that you understand that you are a different person now. And so I bring Hitler back to our time. And I go, buddy, I want to introduce you to my friend Kanye West. Thank you guys so much. My name is Zach Amon. Let's bring David back up.
Keep it going for Zach.
Keep it going for all the comics you saw this evening.
Keep it going for yourself.
Yes, thank you so much. Keep it going for Cain's Ballroom and the bartenders and everyone for taking care of you.